All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our compensation plan training in what is the absolute perfect business, guys. I am your hostess, marketing director, Coach JP, Janice Elisa Parker. Excited to have you guys on today so that we can talk a little bit more about how our compensation plan actually works. I think it becomes very, very important to know that as in order to move forward, because if you don't know how you get paid, then what do you do to get paid? Does that make sense? So let's dive straight into what I believe to be the perfect business. Now, first things first, I want you to understand the business side of what you do a little bit. Keyword, you are, let me get my little marker going here. Hold on, get my marker. Wait a minute, that's not it. I want this one. All right, so we are in what? We are in business. And to become a third business associate, it costs you $19.95. Now, we put $20 at the bottom of the slide, but it's, six of one, half a dozen of the other, right? But for $19.95, you become a Surge Business Associate. Now, one of the questions that people tend to have is, if I own the Vortex for $199, can I still build a team? The answer is yes. If I own a membership for $299, right, can I still build a team? And the answer to that one is yes, right? If I own the Vortex Platinum, can I still build a team? And the answer to that question is what? Yes. Why? Because it doesn't matter which product you own. When you become a Surge Business Associate by paying the extra $20 to do so, you can build a team. Does that make sense, family? So there were some people out there that were telling people that unless they were Vortex Platinum, they couldn't build a team. There is no such animal, right? The product and the business are two different things. Let me say that one more time. The product and the business are two different things. They're two very, very different things. And so, a person can own the product and never own the business. You understand that? Like, there is no law that says that they have to own both. So a person owning the product doesn't have to own the business. By the same token, the person who owns the business doesn't have to own the product. They're two independent things. And we do that because, we are a travel platform, and a lot of people want to be travel agents, and a lot of people just want to travel and save the money. And then a lot of churches need the Vortex Platinum or the Vortex because they're raising money, but they don't have to have a business. So then what is the difference? Well, once you open the business side, now there is income inside of our Vortex and Vortex Platinum. You understand that there are income earnings there. And as a travel agent, you are an independent business owner, you know what I mean? But this is a whole separate business. So I want you to understand that, and I'm just reminding people, I want you to understand how powerful that is, because some people just kind of miss that piece. So you need to know that those are separate. So for those of you who have business partners, and maybe you made the mistake of telling them that they couldn't build until they were platinum, that's not true. All right, now, what is a Surge Business Associate? You have a business that ultimately, as it expands, and it expands out of your city, out of your state, out of your country, off your continent, and around the world, it will ultimately be open when you're asleep. So that's what we mean by open 24 hours a day. Getting paid to do what you're already doing. We already refer people. We already promote brands. We already promote other people's products and things of that nature. You're your own boss. Now, this becomes very important because time is always a big factor. And as we go through the training today, we're going to talk about leveraging your time. And when you leverage your time, of course, you increase your income. Everybody that you work with is a colleague. They're not your people. They are all colleagues of yours. They are not employees. You thank God, because as much as I love my former employees, I don't want another one. But you are in business for yourself without employees. Everybody is a colleague. Now, unlimited income potential and multiple streams of income are what we're going to talk about inside of the compensation plan. What I love about this is if you become a Surge Business Associate, everything I'm about to show you is in your benefit booklet. Now, what do I mean by that? You know how you get a job, right? And they give you your benefit handout booklet or whatever, whether it's in a book form or notebook or however they give it to you. But you can look inside of the compensation plan and actually see what you actually have, what you qualify for, what kind of benefits they offer you. Well, I will tell you, there is nothing you've ever done that are going to give you the benefits that you're going to have in this. So what I'm about to share with you is your benefit package. We've got artificial intelligence. And so you're going to start to only once you become a Surge Business Associate. So I just had this thought that somebody may ask, okay, well, what if somebody's been in business, they've had the product, but they never became a Surge Business Associate? Do they get everything once they become one? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, because of course there's no law that says you have to start both at the same time. No experience, required. That's why we have these trainings, so that you understand. And there are people that are going to walk you step by step through the process. But because you are in business, then it becomes necessary to have a business expense tracking system. And once you are a Surge Business Associate, you have the Surge app, and you have the artificial intelligence and that business expense tracking system called TaxBot. Because now everything that you do, you want to have it recorded. You want to keep receipts. You want to upload it to your TaxBot, because you get to write stuff off your taxes now that you weren't able to write off before. Now, why do we bring that up in a comp plan training? Because that's part of your compensation. See, now as a business owner, you get your money off the top. Surge takes no taxes out of what they send to you. You tend to set aside your tax money to pay the IRS at the end of the year. But because you have so many tax benefits and tax deductions, what you would normally get will normally be increased, or if you were normally paying, it will be decreased, because you're offsetting it by having a business. The other reason we talk about that is, as a business owner, most people have a job, and this is part-time. Well, if you ever flip your W-4 over, it will show you exemptions that you have because you're a business owner. But now you don't have to just, have the number of people in your household as your exemptions. You can increase it, which means the federal government takes out less, which means you keep more in your pocket through the year. And because you are a business owner and your tax, you're offsetting any ability to owe them. And I'm not a tax professional, I'm just telling you how it works. Any owing on the IRS by increasing your W-4, because you have the business expenses, but you got to track them, right? So you want to make sure that you have downloaded your TaxBot app. Make sure you've downloaded that app. Make sure that you keep it on when you're traveling, so it's tracking your miles and things of that nature. It's on your phone, but don't download it until you sign up for it. And that's what the app looks like, that orange one right there. Don't download it and sign up for anything. So in your back office, once you become an SBA, you're going to see TaxBot in one of the little boxes. You press that. Then it's going to ask you for your username and password. You can make it the same username and password you have as for your Surge back office if you want to. Now, go download it from iOS, Apple Store, or from the Google Play Store. Don't say trial or join. Click on log in. Why? Because you're already registered. Surge is already covering the cost. Interestingly enough, the cost is at or a little bit just below what the SBA fee is, and they're taking the SBA fee and using that to pay for your tax spot. Business is very important to the company. Does that make sense? So you don't want to join or do a trial, because now they're going to take the money out of your bank, and you don't want that because Surge is already paying it for you. So that is being an SBA. So when you first get started, there are a couple of dates that you want to pay attention to. One, okay, is going to be your first 8 days. One of the things that you want to pay attention to very, very closely is your first 8 days. Why? Because inside of your first 8 days is your ability to earn $150 fast start bonus. Now, in this presentation that I'm using, we are talking about platinum. But for the purpose of the quick start bonus, hear me, it does not matter. It does not matter if they are platinum, if they are members, or if they are all Vortex. You get 3 of them, it's going to pay you $150 fast start bonus. Well, what does change if it's not all platinum? And what changes, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here. If they're not platinum, if they are a Vortex or a membership, your commission on that is $15, not $30. That's the difference. So you would get, if they were all Vortex, you would get 15, 15, 15 plus 150. If they were all platinums, you would get 30, 30, 30 plus 150. So anywhere between 195 and 240 in a brand new person's first 8 days as a SBA. Now, I want to emphasize that again, because if you've never become an SBA, the clock starts ticking when you become an SBA. Does that make sense? So if you've never signed up as an SBA and you sign up as an SBA now, what happens is that's when this clock starts ticking. That's when that 8 days starts ticking. Now, when we say 8 days, like for example, the day being Friday, we count this as day 1. And Saturday is 2, Sunday is 3, Monday is 4, Tuesday is 5, Wednesday is 6, Thursday is 7, and then they call next Friday day 8. So 8 days, from the day you got started, including that day, including the day that you're in. So you don't start counting 8 the day after. We had that happen a lot down in the Trinidad market, and they were getting they were qualifying for like their $1,000 bonus or their $150 bonus a day late because they were misinterpreting when the company says 8 days. So really, you could technically say 7 days starting tomorrow, 8 days including today. Now, for the purpose of your getting those 3, several things happen. One of the things that happens is now you're something that we call 3 and free, okay? Now you're something that we call 3 and free. Now, why this becomes important is because that gets rid of your monthly subscription payment. So if we do that in your first 30 days, you'll never make a monthly subscription payment. I've never paid the $63. So you wanna get 3 and free, because as long as you have 3 active that you personally referred, right? 3 active that you personally referred, your monthly subscription payment is free. So let me put a pin in it right here and just pause for a second. As long as they're active, okay? Now in a minute, I'm gonna share with you the magic formula to keeping them active, but I had somebody on my team and she had 1 person already, and then she signed up her daughter and her son, and then, I don't know, somewhere later, one of the children became inactive. And so that next month, of course, the company drafted her account, and she didn't understand why they drafted my account. Well, they're drafting your account because you're no longer 3 and free. But now I'm mastering the secret to making sure they stay 3 and free, and we're going to show you that in just a minute. But I want to make sure that you understand they just can't sign up and you're 3 and free forever. That wouldn't make good business sense for the company. And think about it, it doesn't make good business sense for us either. Now, so the second thing that you want to pay attention to, the second and third thing you want to pay attention to are inside of your first 30 days in business. Oh, over here also, as soon as you get 3, you're qualified to override. What does that mean? Well, in order for you to earn, because you have an ability to earn a commission based on what your team does, right? You can't be qualified to override unless you have 3 personals that are active. So again, it doesn't make good business sense for us not to have 3 active, because then we're not qualified to override. Case in point, Von Nickelberry sponsored Nick Pagano. Like a year or so ago, he said that Nick Pagano had earned $1.2 million in commissions, and he had matched 100% because Von Nickelberry is what? Qualified to override. So Von Nickelberry earned 1.2 because of that. So just remember, you always minimally want to keep those 3. But inside of your first 30 days, our goal is to help you qualify for a fast start bonus as well. So the quick start bonus you saw here, that's $150. The fast start bonus is $1,000. So how do you qualify for the fast start bonus? Well, this is going to be strictly based on Vortex Platinum, right? The 2-point product. So let me just stop for a second and explain to you points. The Vortex product is a 1-point product. That becomes important that you understand that because of the unlimited $1,000 bonuses and the ranks that you qualify for in the company. So when you have the Vortex and the membership are 1 point, the Platinum is 2 points, okay? Now, in order to be something we call a team builder, you must have 6 points that you personally referred to the company, meaning either 6 people bought a Vortex, 6 people bought a membership, 3 people bought a Platinum, or any combination. You can have 1 platinum, 2 memberships, and 2 Vortex. That's still 6 points. But it has to be done inside of what? Your first 30 days. Your first 30 days. So now, can I still be a team builder after 30 days? Absolutely. But qualifying with 6 points, right, only happens in your first 30 days. So we're talking about Vortex Platinum, right? We're talking about Vortex Platinum for the sake of this. So you refer 3 members in 30 days, you get the 150. Your 4th member, you're a team builder. It takes 14 points to get that $1,000 bonus. But the company lets you go back and use your first 6 points to help you get there. So let me illustrate what I'm saying here. All right, so you get started, and let me just go back. So you get started, you bring on your first 3 business partners. You bring on your first 3 business partners. They're Vortex Platinum. You got $30 each. You got $150 fast start bonus if you did the 3 in 8 days. If you don't do the 3 in 8 days, it just simply means you don't get the 150. It doesn't mean you're not, right? It doesn't mean the rest of the stuff goes away. But then inside of a total of 30 days, our goal is to help you get 7 of those Vortex Platinum sales inside of your first 30 days. Now you will notice that right here, you actually got a raise. Because remember, you became something called qualified to override, right? Qualified to override with those 3 sales. So now you not only get the $30, but they add an additional $20 to that, and that's how you come up with $50. So as a team builder, when you do sell a platinum, you earn 30 plus 20. Now, if it's a Vortex or a membership, you earn 15, right? Plus 10, okay? So you became qualified to override. Just wanted to reiterate that. So those 7 platinum sales, 7 platinum sales, and they must all be referred by somebody we call you. The first 6 points in your fast start, your first 3 in your fast start team, now you're a team builder. The other 4 fall into what we call your team builder group. And even though this is only 2, 4, 6, 8 points, only in your first 30 days, does the company let you go back and use 10, 12, 14? Go back and use those first 3 platinum to total 14 points. So you not only use those 3 to become 3 and free, you use those same 3 to become qualified to override, you use those same 3 to become a team builder, then they let you use those same 3 to help you earn your $1,000 bonus. What company does that? Like, they let you just keep using it over and over and over again because they really want you to get off to a fast start, Now, let me just take this back a couple of slides because I want you to understand a couple of things. Let's draw this. So there are ranks that this is what I wanted to say. Okay, so what happens, matter of fact, I can put that back up there. What happens if I don't get my first, let's just say everybody that you bought on board, I may not be able to use this. I can't use this. Okay, because that would be confusing. So hold on a second. Yeah. All right, so let's just say, right, this is you, and everybody that you bought on board, right, maybe you had five points. I don't know, right? You had 5 points. But by the end of your 30 days, you only had 5 points. Now, how many points did you need to become a team builder in your first 30 days? You needed 6 points. Now, the 30 days are calendar days. It counts every weekend. It counts every holiday. It's 30 calendar days, starting the day after you actually get started. So you have 5 points. So you did not hit team builder in your first 30 days. Now you're at day 31 plus. So now, how do I become a team builder? Well, what I love about the company is this. Is that you brought on, these first 5 points. The company says this is what's so bananas, because now you need 14 points, right? Now, here's where some people get confused. They will say, but I've got all these people on my team, but it still doesn't show me as a team builder, because you may have a bar like this in your back office and it'll say 5 of 14. And let's just say it's colored all the way up to like right there. And then right below it, you know, once you hit your 30-day mark, will become another bar. Now, you could have a whole lot of people right in here, right? This could say 25 of 14, but it still doesn't show you as a team builder, right? So the question becomes, why am I not a team builder? Because you are still required to personally get 6 points. So let me show you, let's go back real quick. Let me take all of that off. Okay, so now that you're 31 days in, you can still become a team builder. It's really still no harder than it was, because you personally just have to get how many more points personally? 1 more sale, and that gives you 6 points. Now, it doesn't make you a team builder because you got to go to what? 14 points. But this is the generosity of the company. The company says this, is that whatever he does, and let's just say he brings on 2 points as a Vortex Platinum. Now you got 8. And this person brings on 1 point as a Vortex sale or a membership sale. So now you're at 9. And this person brings on a Vortex Platinum. So now you're at 10, 11. And then you bring on one more, for example, now you're at 12. And this person recruits a Vortex Platinum. Now you're at 14. So you're at 14 points, right? Because after, you know, including your own personal 6 points, the company says all you need is 14, and we'll count what your team does towards those points as well. Not a bad life. It's not a bad life at all. So that's how that works. And it really is very generous of the company that you're not left, you know, you're not like have to do all of that yourself. But understand something, until you become a team builder, this is all in your Fast Start team. So what does that mean? Well, let's share with you what that means. Let's go back to our slides, okay? Let's go back to our slides, and you'll notice, you'll see here, you've got a Fast Start team and you've got a team builder team. You see that? So your Fast Start team, right, is up to, right, this, you know, it's either 3 platinum. It is going to either be 6 points in your first, 30 days, or it's 14 points when you are 31 days plus, okay? So that's how that works. So everybody that gets started in your Fast Start team, any point in time up until you become a team builder, either with 6 or 14 points, will always remain in your Fast Start team. So sometimes the question becomes, well, are the people in my Fast Start team equally as important as the people in my team builder group? And the answer to that question is resoundingly that, somebody put something in the chat. Hold on. Oh, thank you very much, Miss Valerie. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Miss Valerie says, awesome and brilliant comp plan. Thank you for teaching us with passion and purpose. You are quite welcome. So now you have a Fast Start team. That team could be either as little as 3 people or as much as 14 people, depending on what it takes you to become a team builder. Well, somebody sponsored you. So let's just say this is you and these are your team members. Somebody sponsored you, and in your upline is somebody we call a team builder. The team builder, okay, so as your team builder, like for example now, over here, you're a team builder, you know, and you sponsor this guy, his first 3 to 14 people fall in your team builder group because you're now a what? Team builder. So then the question becomes, where did these people fall? And the answer is in this person's team builder group. Now, does that make them any less important to you in your overall business than the people in the team builder group? And the answer is no. Why not? Well, let me show you. First thing first, remember you're qualified to override once you have your 3. So this person right here becomes a team builder, then you now have a 100% match on that person. Why? Because you personally recruited them. So everybody that you personally recruit really is another income stream. So the question becomes, how many people would you talk to? Because you are a team builder and qualified to override, you get a chance to match their income. Remember, Nick Pagano earned $1.2 million as of about a year ago. Von Nickelberry matched, and the company has sent him $1.2 million for that one person. So whether they're in your fast start team or your team builder group, still overriding, right? Here's another fun fact. The person who is a team builder here, let's say this person who's a team builder here, this is you. Their responsibility is to work with each of those people that are in your fast start team. Well, why would you want them to work with your people? Because they know more than you. The people that you would want, normally when we build a list of names, the people that we love the most and care about are those people that'll probably get started first. Well, who do you want leading them? And who do you think they'll listen to more? You or your upline? Of course, your support team member. Because why? They have the rank, they have the qualifications, they know the information, and guess what? They're going to help them grow for you. So now your team builder leader helps this person to end up getting, 84 people on their team, and this person ends up getting 84 people on their team, and this person ends up in your team builder group gets 84 people. You're a new marketing director, even though they didn't fall in your team builder group. That's why everybody that joins your team is very, very, very important. But now you are a team builder. How does this thing work? As a brand new team builder, the team builder network is the most lucrative network that we actually have. So again, you're going to get started. You see on the bottom left, you got your fast start team. So we're going to say that let's just say you got your fast start team, you became a team builder. The way this example is kind of set up is that not that these first four are part of getting you your $1,000 bonus, but the first four in your team builder network. Remember I said there's a secret sauce to keeping your teammates active. And the keeping your teammates active comes from helping your 3 to get what? 3. And then helping those 9 to get what? 3. You get it? So because if you're here and you got, Bob, Sue, and Mike, and Bob, Sue, and Mike made you 3 and free, how do we make sure Bob, Sue, and Mike are going to stay 3 and free? Oh, we go get them 3. Okay, so now Bob is 3 and free, Sue is 3 and free, Mike is 3 and free. So do we have to worry about you falling out of qualifications if they're 3 and free? No, because even if Sue were to fall off the planet, we can't find her anymore. She's in witness protection. She doesn't answer the phone. She's changed the number. Crazy stuff, right? She's still active. It doesn't matter that she's physically participating because she's 3 and free. She's still active as far as corporate is concerned. And as long as she's still active as far as corporate is concerned, guess what? You're still 3 and free. Great. So how do we ensure that they stay 3 and free? We go and get their 3. What? 3. So the simple thought, right, to Surge 365 is simply making sure that we continue to get every single person 3 and free. Make sense? Now, watch this. So that's the secret sauce. So watch this. So you literally, and you have the ability, and I'm going to show 4 wide here, but you have the ability. See, this comp plan goes infinitely this way. There is no lockout at a certain generation or things of that nature. Everybody in that fast start team from now on, and everybody that comes in under somebody in your person's fast start team, which is your team builder network. Remember, when you first bring somebody on, for example, right? These people are in your team builder group. Well, when he brings on his first 3, they're in his fast start group, your team builder group. And anybody who's ever referred down under anybody in his fast start team, your team builder network will always count towards your $1,000 bonuses and your $10,000 bonuses. How liberal and lucrative is that comp plan from now on? Does that make sense? And so that's why you can go infinitely, you can go infinitely wide this way, and that income will never stop going this way, simply because of the power of that compensation plan. The power of the compensation plan, because now, see, you're the team builder. And when he brings on his first 3, they're in his fast start team. But your team builder team is the same thing that worked with you when you were sponsored by your upline, is the same thing that works here now that you're a team builder. Got it? So what happened here was this. Let's just go back. What happened here was this. You bought on your first 4. In Surge 365, every 14 points pays you a $1,000 bonus. They don't care if they're platinum, Vortex, members, any combination, doesn't matter. Now, in this example, we are talking about the platinum, because the Vortex Platinum is how many points? The Vortex Platinum is 2 points. So we're to compress, time and not to have a whole bunch of circles all over the screen. But it doesn't matter if they are a member or a Vortex owner. Those are 1 point. You just know you need 14. If that's all you had, that $1,000 bonus, you need 14 of them to get to a $1,000 bonus. That's the only difference. So 7 platinum, any combination thereof, or 14 1-point products will get it to you. But in this example, we're doing platinum because they're 2 points. So we're showing 2, 4, 6, 8 points that you personally bought on board, right, in your team builder network. Well, now we go on to help your first guy get his first 3. Now, he did not get it in 8 days, but he did get it, right? He's 3 and free, which means now we've got a person that's kind of locked in, but we got to secure him too. But his 3 people took you from 8 to 10, 12, 14 points. That's how, if you look in the bottom left, you received a $1,000 bonus. Now, the next couple, they bring on their first 3 in their 8 days. They get they get their $150 bonus, got their commissions just like he did, just like you did. But now you have 2, you have 2, 4, 6 points towards your 14 points, which is, in this case, 3 platinum sales. Now, it could be 6 Vortex sales. Same thing. But as your team continues to grow, as people continue to get 3 and free, every time anybody under these people, under their first 3 to 14 people, because remember, it could be 14 people if they all sponsored all 1-pointers and it went past 30 days before they got their 6 point, right? But every time 7 falls into your team builder network, whether you lift a finger or not, you just earned a $1,000 bonus. It's called tap rooting. See, because now when you go down here to help him get his 3, and then, for example, you go help this, now in this case, we would help them to get 3, but you get the point, right? Every time 7 sales or 14 points falls into your team builder network, you get a $1,000 bonus. Now I want you to think about what you would have done to get the $1,000 bonus. Let's just say, we've got this guy right here. Let's just say he has a travel party. He invites over 9 people. 3 of those people get started, right? And you have 4 already. Those 3 took you to a $1,000 bonus. You see me? What did you actually do? Now, sometimes you got to talk to, and that to get the next 7, you may have to talk to 21 people or do 21 presentations. But really, what did you do? That's 21 hours of work, right? To get 7 platinum sales, maybe, and you just earned another $1,000 bonus. Sometimes it's going to take a lot longer. Sometimes it's going to be a lot less time. But for $1,000, family, the work is not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. It's just a matter of doing it, right? It's just a matter of doing it. And the fact that the company pays you, every 100 sales, a $10,000 bonus. I want you to know what you earn along the way. See, on your way to 100 sales, you picked up 14 of these $1,000 bonuses on the way to a $10,000 bonus. If they were all platinum, if they were all Vortex, you picked up 7,000. If they were a combination, that means you picked up anywhere from $7,000 to $14,000 on the way to a $10,000 bonus. And see, we have this accountability group, and some people in that group are kicking butt. Shout out to Nick and Ann, because I thought they were going to be posting one set of accountability for just both of them together. Oh no. She made 24 calls on July 4th, and I think he made like 15 or 20, right? That's a lot of work going on in that household. That's the work. You're making the calls, you're showing the information, you're getting people started, you're helping them get 3 and free, help them make calls. It's the same thing, but it's $1,000. Well, family, when your team gets to 100 team builder sales, you've earned from $7,000 to $14,000, $1,000 and $1,000 bonuses. Then they give you the $10,000 bonus. So when you're running for a 10K, you're not just going to earn 10K. You're going to earn anywhere from $17,000 to $24,000, not including override. That's a whole nother. They got the comp plan, guys. You see the comp plan right here. You can go and look up the comp plan and see not only the income disclosure, but also the compensation plan. I mean, it's bananas. It is absolutely bananas. And when you think about how hard we have to work at work, right? I mean, look at it. But when you're here, you're working off of his list. This is not your list. And when you go here, you're working off of their list. This is not your list. They're going to make the calls. They're going to do the inviting. You're going to come do a presentation. They're in your fast start team. So everybody that gets started is going to count towards your bonus. And what did you do? You came and did a presentation. You're uplifting. You call and make phone calls. You send them uplifting motivational texts. What do you do for $1,000? Is you keep getting people 3 and free, and you repeat it over and over and over again. It's bananas. Do you know, I've asked people in other companies, what does it take for you to make $1,000 bonus in your company? And it sounds something like E over MC squared divided by pi times F of X. Like, what is all of that? Ours is such a simple comp plan. Just do what you got to do. Get the information in front of people, and every 7 sales, every 14 points, pays your $1,000 bonus. And the crazy thing is they're letting those same people count twice. Coach, what do you mean? They're counting twice. Not only are they counting so you can get $1,000 bonuses, they're counting towards you getting a $10,000 bonus. Who does that? So think of the math. Think of the math. Let's just look at the math, right? Let's talk about Rayshawn, because recently Rayshawn got herself a $1,000 bonus check. But because Rayshawn is a national builder, let me show you something. Not only did she get the $1,000 bonus check, she got almost a $2,000 override because she's a regional builder. Okay, coach, I'm going to need you to stop. Yeah, you probably do, because you're used to overriding other people. This is the only company I know where you override yourself. So not only did she override herself because of those people fell in her regional builder group, she also overrode because they also fell in her national builder group. So I think this was just this was like a 1,500 or something like that, but I'm just gonna say 2,000. So she earned almost $14,000 on one $10,000 bonus check. Not to mention, remember they letting those people count twice. She also earned anywhere from $7,000 to $14,000 before they paid her the $10,000 bonus check. Guys, do you understand how bananas that is? So here's the thing. If somebody were to say, oh, well, when we sign people up, we get $85. That's fantastic. That's really good. Okay. And as a national builder, we do too. But watch this. Let's talk about long term. Anybody can pay somebody good money up front. Let's talk about over and over and over again in long term. So if we were to take the 14,000 that she earned and divided that by 100 people, she earned $140 per person. Is that right? Yeah. That's bananas. That is absolutely bananas. So do you see the power of that, guys? You do get the power of that. And most of those people were people that were under people who were under people who were under people who were under other people in her organization. That's how powerful our platform actually is. And so just know that you have one of the most lucrative compensation plans out there, because you don't just earn one $10,000 bonus. You can earn them over and over and over and over again. So the $1,000 bonuses in our company, unlimited. The $10,000 bonuses in our company are unlimited. And we're the only company where inside of your first 100 days, 100 membership sales will pay you $50,000. Remember, you're going to earn 14 of those $1,000 bonus checks on the way to that 100. Now, understand something. This is the other time frame that you must pay attention to. If you're brand new, that must happen in 100 calendar days, counting every weekend and every holiday. So 100 days from the day you got started, start counting the next day. 100 days later, those sales are inside of your team. You're going to get 14 of those $1,000 bonus checks. You're going to earn somewhere in the neighborhood of anywhere from $2,000 to $11,000 in overrides, depending on how you bought them in. You've got your personal, and that's your personal, non-personal overrides, all that kind of stuff. And then, family, when you get to that 100, they're going to pay you the $10,000 check. And then you hold the 100 every month. They're paying you $5,000 a month for 5 months. Well, how do you hold it? Guys, I think this is genius in what they put on the table, because it's as simple as helping 3 get 3 who get 3 and continuing to do that. Because as soon as you got to go get the next level, their 3, you are solidifying and adding 2, right? You're 100, which means every month they're cutting you a check for $5,000. See, family, the genius behind what they do is the genius behind what they do, which is, so this is what blew my mind. Recently, I was down with Coach at his house, and he's talking about, how simple this thing really is. And he says, just by helping people to get 3, just by helping people to get their 3, and helping those 3 to get their 3, and helping those 3 to get their 3 is how this thing explodes, and how you solidify your business. And he said, I don't care if they all pay $199 and then become an SBA for $19.95. I don't care. He said, this is not about selling the biggest product as much as it is about helping them to get their 3 and start to create that income. So they added along the way, guys, an extra $500 that you can earn, because you've got 3 who have 3, those 9 have their 3. That simple structure will guarantee you $500 a month, with one new sale being added every single month. One new sale being added every single month. Well, what do you think we're going to help those 27 do anyway? But get their what? We're going to help them to get their 3. Now, there's a commercial by Walgreens that says, in a perfect world, right? In a perfect world, everybody's going to let you help them get their 3. But it's not a perfect world. So you may have to help this person get 4 because this person disappeared off the planet as soon as they got started. That's just reality. That's just life. That's just business. At my dealership, I could be waiting on a customer. I've got the car cleaned. I've got it prepped. I got their paperwork prepped. They're supposed to be in there at 4 o'clock to sign the paperwork, bring their down payment. Total no-show. Total no-show. That's just human nature. So if you have somebody that doesn't show up on a presentation, doesn't follow up, answer the phone, that's just what people do. And they do it in every industry. And we've done it too. So it's okay. Just understand it's a numbers game, right? Just understand it's a numbers game. And so let's move towards wrapping this up. Family, understanding the power of the multiple ways that you actually get paid in this income, in this comp plan is very, very important. So one of the things, two of the ones that I like them all, but I really love these three because of the long-term effect that they have. That check match, every single person that you recruit is another income stream. Every single person that you bring in is another income stream. Again, Von Nickelberry matched 1.2 million on the efforts of Nick Pagano. Nick got his 1.2 and the company gave Von another 1.2. The fact that you earn residual income from the moment you become a team builder. You start earning residual income after 3 people, if they're platinum, 6 points or 14 points. You begin to earn residual income. And family, the fact that they actually go through infinity here, go through infinity is amazing. But now let's talk about when you become a director. So let me ask a couple of questions to see if anybody knows, right? For our director program, right? When we start looking at our director program, all right, they were generous. They added a level 1 director platform. They added a level 1 director platform. So when you start looking at director, how many people do you need to become a level 1 director? I'm going to wait for you guys to answer that. How many people do you need to become a level 1 director? And you can put it in the chat. How many people do you need to become a level 1 director? All right, give you 5 more seconds. And it's okay that you don't know because it's brand new. 250 people on your team. All right, somebody just put something in the chat. Let's see. I almost said 100. I wish, right? But yeah, this is recorded. Yes, ma'am, it is recorded. It's okay, Alma. Hey, at least you tried, right? But you need 250 people. This is not points. So let's do this real quickly. Let's go back. Let's not jump to director first. Let's go back. So let me go back real quickly and let's talk about rank, okay? Now, in order for you, so when you first get started, right? Let's just say, all right, got another chat message, 250. That's right, Robin. So when you first get started, right? When you first get started, the first thing that you're building is a fast start team. Y'all remember that, right? Now, you become a team builder with 6 to 14 points, depending on how, when you got it done, in 30 days or in 31 plus days. Now, the next rank is regional builder. What do I need for regional builder? Do I need points or people? Let me hear from y'all in the chat. Do I need points or people? All right, let's see. Chat is starting to pop off a little bit. All right, Wise, okay, says point. All right, who else has an answer? Valerie says people. Robin says point. All right, who else? I mean, you can only be 50% right or 50, right? Right, so who else has an answer? All right, so here's what you need, right? Right? So you need points. Now the question is, how many points? I'm gonna open the chat back up. How many points do you need to become a regional builder? Y says 70. All right, so Wise, you are 100% correct. Valerie said 100, okay, overshot by a little bit, but that's cool. So you need 100, you gotta learn, right? So you're brand new. So you need 70 points to become a regional builder. Now 70 points to be 35 platinum sales, or 71 point sales, or any combination, right? 70 points is what you're going to need in order to become a regional builder. At that point in time, you've earned 5 $1,000 team builder checks. You've earned 5 $1,000 team builder checks with 70 points. Now, I've got to go, right? So that was from team builder to regional builder. Now, I've got to go from regional builder to national builder. Now, how many, well, let me ask the question. Do I need points or people? Points or people? To become a national builder, do I need points or people, and how many of whatever you think it is? Do I need points or people, and how many of whatever you think it is to become a national builder? What do I need? Y says 210 points. All right. Who else? Valerie says 140 points. Who else? All right. Everybody else is going to wait and see. No problem. You need 210 points. 210 points. Somebody else slipped the chat in there. Robin said points. That's exactly right. You need 210 points to actually become a national builder. So now you're a national builder. Now, okay, let me just say this. So it could be 30, it could be 110, now 105 platinum sales, right? That's through the duplication progression. That's exactly right, times 3. Thank you, Val. So that 210 points could be 105 platinum sales, or it could be 210, right? 1 point sales, or any combination. It doesn't matter. But now I want to become a marketing director. Do I need points or people, and how many? Do I need points or people, and how many? All right, Tammy says 250 people. All right, who else has an answer? JY says 500 people. Valerie says 610 points. All right, let's give it up. Okay, now Antoinette, 500 people for level 2. That is correct. But for level 1, how many people do I need? Or how many points do I need? All right, Tammy Jones, you got it. You nailed it. 250 people. That's exactly right, Antoinette. Hold on. Somebody else said something. Sorry. 250. Yep, according to Wise. All right. So you now my next question is, do those 250 people all come from one of my teams? Meaning, you got a fast start team and you got a team builder team. Where did the 250 people come from? Which team will the company count for director, right? Which team, your fast start team or team builder team? How does that work? How does that come together? Antoinette says both teams. Wise says team builder. Tammy says all. Robin Stevens says combination. Robin, that is correct. Tammy, that is correct. Valerie, that is correct. Very good, ladies. So it's going to come from your entire team. So Wise just brought something to my attention. All of this, you guys understand that all of this right here comes from your team builder side. Every bit of it. Now, the people on your fast start are working in the background. They're working in the background. And even though it doesn't count towards $1,000 bonuses, like you ladies just said, all of a sudden, now what you did in your fast start team, all right, or what your upline did, plus what you did in your team builder team is what helps you to get to the first level of marketing director. So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that for a second, because People need to understand that as well. So this is you right here, right? Let's just say this is you. And you're a national builder, and you're about to become a marketing director. And so you have this leg over here in your fast start team that has 89 people. Now, I'm going to make it easier on myself. Hold up. Let me just I ain't going to work that hard. I have 100 people, and you have another leg over here that has 70 people. And then on your team builder side, you have another leg that has 100 people. Okay? My question, ladies and gentlemen, is, are you now a director? You have 270 people. How many people did we need to become a level 1 director? And now, with this structure, are you a director? All right, Valerie says yes. Tammy says no. Robin says no. Wise says yes. And says yes, because you have 250 people. All right, great answers. The correct answer is no. Now let me explain to you why the answer is no. The way Surge is set up is like, they will not let you have they will not let your power leg take you to the next level. They will not let your power leg take you to the next level. They have to be balanced between 3 legs. So each leg has to have 84 at least in each leg. And because this leg is 14 short, you are not a director just yet. Now, once this leg now has 84, and even though that means you have 284 people on your team, now you're a director, because it has to be spread over minimally 3 legs, but those legs have to at least have that 1/3 thing operating in it. Okay, so it has to have that 1/3 thing. So the same thing when you go to level 2 director, which is 500 people, you have to have 1/3 in each leg. So at level 2, in order for you to become a director at level 2, then what you're going to have is 167 people minimally per leg. Now, here is challenges that people ran into. Is if you're heavy in one leg, you have to, for example, let's just say this leg had 125 in it, right? And this leg right here had 70 also, okay? So even though you have 260, you're still not a director. Here is the way to keep that from happening. Is never depend on the company's minimums, ever. So if the company tells you you need 3 legs, I'm going to tell you that the best thing to do is to go out here, if this is you, and get yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 working legs. Now, you're not going to start off there. You know what I mean? You're not going to start off with 10. I mean, you can. I've had several people, I've had several people, the people that hit the $50,000 bonus did. You know, they went out there and got 10, fresh legs to work with, because you can't do it with just 3. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. The law of large numbers will not operate in that. And so that means, I mean, think about it, guys. Let's just say you want the 250, right? You're running for the first level. Well, if you want 250, it's just helping each of these legs get 25, isn't it? And that way you're never, ever, ever too heavy in one leg. We had some people that were way over 500, but they weren't directed because they had this great big leg, and they had to go outside of that big leg and find some other people in order to balance becoming a director. Does that make sense? So if you do it this way, you're always spread out over a lot of people. And even if you lose a leg, right? Even if you lose a leg, you may have lost 5 or 10 or 15, 20 people in that leg, but you haven't lost so many people that it throws your directorship off, right? Does that make sense? When you're going to level 2, if you help each of 10 organizations to have 50 people in their organization, right? 10 times 50 is 500. Y'all see the magic in that? So you're never too heavy in a leg. Now, you're always going to have a bionic leg. I've got a couple of those, right? But you personally want to try to divert that by making sure, because the company says you got to have 167, right? When you go to 500, you got to have 84 minimally, max per leg to count towards director at the first level. So I just wanted to let you know that, because I don't want anybody to get just a leg and start nursing just a leg. You want to be working in multiple places. Make sense? All right, we got a message in the chat. Does not matter. That's a good question, Valerie. So director doesn't matter if it's platinum. The only time it actually matters really is in your first 30 days. They 7 platinums will get you 1,000, but after that, it doesn't matter. So that you guys know that after your first 30 days, it doesn't matter if it's 14 points worth of Vortex or memberships with a 1 point, or 7 platinums, which is 14 points, because they're 2 points, doesn't matter. Right? After that, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just so you know, the only thing it is less work with 35 people being a regional builder than maybe with 70. But when you're going towards director, that 70 really helps. You see, so it's kind of a balancing act, really. So when you get to the first level, they begin to pay you $1,000 extra per month, every single month on the 20th. Oh, you're quite welcome, Miss Valerie. $1,000 extra per month on the 20th. You get the blue blazer. At the second level, they're going to buy you the car. And they begin to pay you $2,000. Now, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. You don't put your name on anything. This is a company car. They pay for taxes, title, and licensing fees, so it will have Illinois plate. You don't pay personal property tax. They pay for the insurance because it is a company car. And you drive the car. You just drive the car, and they pay you $2,000 a month. And at this level, they actually give you a gray jacket. Okay, so when you get to convention and you see the people in the gray jackets, they are level 2 directors. They're level 2, and they drive the Dodge Charger or Challenger. Now, when you get to level 3, right? Hold up. You get to level 3 now. Oh, and so now there's 2,000 people on your team. Okay. Now, at this point, it's almost on autopilot. You've got 4, 5, or 6 leaders, national builders, a couple of directors. This is happening kind of like on autopilot to some extent. But when you get to this level, there's 2,000 people on your team, no more than 567 in any leg. So you remember, if you've got to kind of spread out like that, right? 200 people per leg, if you've got those 10 legs, is ideal. The Mercedes, the Jaguar, or the BMW, they're actually going to lease that in your name. They're going to hold the title for 2 years because they don't want people to come in, get the car, and disappear. So after 2 years of maintaining, being a level 3 director, then they cut you the title to this car free and clear. When you go to level 4 director, there are now 5,000 people on your team. So 510 legs, or however you've got it done. But you can't have one leg with 1,500 and the other 2 legs with 250. That's never going to work. But now they're going to ask you to choose between a fur coat. I don't know how the diamonds work, probably necklace and earrings, or I'm not sure. Dream vacation, or you can get yourself a boat. I've heard people talk about speed boats and cigar boats and whatever floats your boat. I'm getting a presidential Rolex, but it's totally up to you. But they're paying you $8,000 a month. Now, why do they pay so handsomely? And Chris Coakley says this as I close out. Dr. Coakley says, we pay you so handsomely because you're having to deal with people. So if it's hard and you get your feelings hurt and people quit on you and people don't do what they're supposed to do, he said that's why we pay you as much as we do, because this is a people business. It is based on you working with large numbers of people and being able to move people to do what they need to do. And along the way, as you go from, and that's why your Fast Start team, your team builder working with them is so important, because you don't know what you're doing. Now that you watch your team builder work with your Fast Start team, as you start to build your team builder team, you got a little bit more information. You can move those people. But then by the time you get to regional builder, you're able to move more people. So as you're climbing through the compensation plan, they're paying you more money. As a matter of fact, as a regional builder, your $1,000 check is now $1,200 when those people fall in your regional builder team. As a national builder, your $1,000 check is now $1,400. Get it? Because they fell in your national builder group. Does that make sense? So, but they're paying you more because they believe you know more to be able to move more people. So if people hurt your feelings or things don't go the way that you want them to go, get back up and figure it out. That's why they pay us the way they do. Listen, no other compensation plan has all of this. No other compensation plan is awarding anybody for their efforts a Lamborghini Huracan, a Porsche, a Ferrari Portofino, or Bentley, and 12 grand a month. Who does that? No other company has it. So if you say, well, this is kind of hard, it should be. I mean, listen, let me tell you what's easy. Earning $25 an hour, getting up every day. Well, actually, no, that's not easy. This is easier than that, but it's less painful, I should say. This is easier than working for 40 years and then having to get another job, because now you only get paid 40% of what you were getting paid. You got 60% to make up, so you get a second job. That's hard. I mean, that's well, I don't even know what the word is for it, but I'm going to tell you what, this is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard, but it's only going to be hard for a little while. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to close with this, in network marketing, and Valerie, you can attest to this. In network marketing, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this, right? So this is your money. How do they draw that thing, Valerie? Oh, and this is your work. There you go. Okay. So this is your money and this is your work, okay? So when you first get started, you're going to do a whole lot of work and make less money. But as you move and grow, right, the workload comes down as the income goes up. And by the time you're probably at level 3, level 4 director, your workload is more managing 3-way calls, conference calls, trainings, Super Saturdays, whatever. And so your work is decreased, but your money has increased. So if it's hard right now, it's supposed to. Because when a company is paying you $12,000 a month, there's a Rolex on your wrist, a Mercedes in the driveway, and they just issued you a Ferrari, what do you think the work is supposed to be to get to that? It can't be easy. Yeah, right. And the reason it's not easy is because we're dealing with people. Quite simply, if we were dealing with aliens, they would get in, pay their subscription, you know what I mean, eat their little cheese sandwich, do their work, they wouldn't complain. But we're dealing with regular humans. So understand that it's supposed to be hard, but it's only hard for a little while. And eventually, the hard comes down and the easy goes up. And when the easy goes up, you're making a whole lot more money. So stick it out. Nobody promised us a rose garden, but they did promise us a Ferrari Portofino if we do the work. Any questions? We are done. Any questions about today's compensation plan training? little bit different than I normally do it, but that's just how I felt today. So I normally go with what I'm feeling. Any questions about anything that you've learned so far? Any questions? And thank you very much for your participation. Those of you that chimed in, thank you so very much. Let's see. We have something over here in the chat now. It's regular jobs, higher pay, more. There you go. Alma, let's see. Valerie says, love it. I think I'm going to love it here. Finally, true wealth built on integrity. Yes, that's exactly right. And paying it forward. God first, blessings and abundance to follow. I am ready to live in overflow with you, Coach. Coach, thank you very much. Thank you for all. Truth, grit. That's right. More air at the top. That's exactly right. It's a lot crowded, more crowded at the bottom. Wise says thank you. So guys, I appreciate that. Appreciate those kind words, Miss Wise and Miss Valerie. Tammy says, almost talked myself out of getting on because I was late. I'm grateful. You're quite welcome. I'm glad you were here. I pray that the delivery helped you to understand something, and then really just helped you to appreciate that what we paid for what we got a whole lot more than what we paid for, and that the company, I mean, with this generosity is just, I mean, just bar none, some of the best out there. All right, so with that, family, I'm going to let you go. We are at 1 hour and 13 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you, Antoinette. She says, awesome information. Thank you. You're quite welcome. I appreciate you being on. All right, guys, so I did record this. I will get it uploaded to YouTube. She said, I learned so much more, and it's clear I need to hurry. Yep, 7 days to your first 30. Yeah, we got to rock and roll, Miss Valerie. So more three-way calls, more webinars, more conference calls. Miss Alma says thank you. All right, guys, you are welcome, Miss Alma. You guys have an incredible rest of your afternoon or evening. This particular webinar is now in the record books. All right, having a great Friday. Before I do that, for those of you who do not know, right, for those of you that are kind of new, or you maybe never paid attention to this particular fun fact right here. Our week ended last night, right? So the end of the work week for Surge is at 12. Well, it's 11:59. Let's just say 12 a.m. Okay, that's when the work week ends. So everything we did up until this point will get paid for next Friday, right? So that comes in next Friday's check. And I love that. It's not months. It's not, it's just next Friday. So your work week begins today. So the week starts today and it ends next Thursday. So you've got to kind of pace yourself because, we're used to the, work, our job. We get off on Friday. We're off Saturday and Sunday. Those are our free days. But if you're not careful, what'll happen is that the week will slip past you. You'll come back to Surge on Monday. Technically, you've lost 3 days, right? And you're trying to get everything done by the following what? Thursday. So you've got to, as a business owner, you've got to decide what your down day is, how long your down days are, right? Yes, that is the same start date. So Alma, so what you're going to send me tonight, because you're part of the $1,000, the $10,000, $50,000 accountability group. You're going to look in your back office. You're going to look at how close you are to your, because today is, again, it ended yesterday. So today's numbers are fresh numbers. How many you are towards your 10K, how many you are towards your 1,000. And what else did I add? Oh, and then how many you are towards your next rank. I think that's what we asked for, to post in the group. And then your commissions, how many you are, your commissions, I really don't necessarily need to know that. So I may pull that back because that's a little personal, but you want to track it yourself at least. You know what I mean? You at least want to track your commissions. And because next Friday this time, you want to see if my commissions moved any. Did they stay still? or did they move any? My 10K run, did I go backwards or did I move any? My $1,000 bonus, did I go forward? You know, did I move the needle? And so again, this is that the reason we do it today, Miss Alma, and thank you for mentioning that, is because our week ended yesterday. So you would track your numbers today, yes. Okay, great question, thank you. And that goes on the weekly tracking log. Thank you so very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I covered everything. All right, so God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being on. You are quite welcome. Have an incredible rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. But this webinar is officially over, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.